Cool. Waiting for this air to end.
You're good.
Tim.
Powered by Riverside.
What's going on, everybody? And welcome into a brand new episode of the Broken Wolverine Podcast. I'm your host, Matt Cott, and alongside, as always, my co-host, Jake Belts. What's up, Jake?
What's up, man? How are you, man?
Yeah, nice long week off. Didn't really
Yep.
care for that. Thanks for all the fans that are patient with us. Obviously, Jake was away. We were going to have a show last week, but unfortunately, I had four wisdom teeth pulled on the Friday before Talladega. So while the recovery was great, man, I just couldn't move my jaw to talk. I want to say the Wednesday after Talladega, which sucks because there was a lot of exciting stuff that was going on in that race, and I
Mm-hmm.
really could not wait to get on air to talk about it with all of you. But unfortunately, like I said, with the surgery, I could not get on and talk about Talladega. So, loaded show on tap. We started about 10 minutes, 15 minutes early today because we have so many topics to cover because we're going to try to cram both race weekends into one episode, and we can continue on to the 2026 season this weekend up at Watkins Glen. So, tune in. Like I said, for anyone listening to us live, Blown Engine chat line wide open. Any topic you want to debate us on or discuss, feel free to bring it into the chat. Blown Engine chat line. Like I said, if you're listening to us on Facebook or YouTube, just go into the comment section and we'll read up your comment on air when we see it. Also, multiple things, Jake, that I want to discuss before we get started tonight. First things first. If you love what you're hearing, you love listening to us, feel free to blow us up on Facebook at the Broken Wolverine Podcast, YouTube at the Broken Wolverine Podcast. And if you miss our live stream on Tuesday nights or Wednesday nights, we're usually Wednesday nights, but sometimes we'll do a Tuesday night episode here and there. We'll have our episodes live, or not live, we'll have our episodes posted on our three sources of channels: Spotify, iHeartRadio, and Amazon Music. Feel free to go over there and listen to our episode if you miss our live stream. So I wanted to bring that up for our fans this evening. Also, koozie giveaway winners. I wanted to give a heads up if you're listening to us live. I see a lot of koozies have been getting delivered, making it out. Wonderful news. If you want a koozie through us, and we had a couple winners last Thursday, bear with us. Those koozies are still here at our house. We will be sending them out most likely next week. We're just working some things out with the UPS and USPS. Bear with us. You will be getting the koozies, but it might not be this week. Look forward to putting them in the mail next week. So, a couple things there, Jake. Feel like I ran a marathon already.
Hey, I'm trying to get my ducks in a row, man. I'm still in vacation mode, but I am happy to be back on the mic.
Yeah, I know. It's been like I said, it's been a long time, and obviously when you take a week off from this,
Yeah.
it's crazy because people always when they talk about podcasts and they're like, "Oh, it's so easy, it's so easy." I'm like, not really. I mean, right? We are, we're talking about NASCAR on YouTube and Facebook, like to random
Yeah.
strangers. People
Yeah.
probably fucking hate us. I'm gonna be honest with you, they probably do, and I don't care.
I love it.
Yeah, I love it. I did make a mistake too. If you love what you're hearing as well, follow us on TikTok at the Brooklyn Woodburn Pod. I always forget about TikTok.
Yeah, I
So
gotta get better at that. I was really good for a little bit, but now that we're back in the swing of things, you're gonna be seeing a lot of videos over there. So
absolutely, absolutely. So again, follow us on TikTok as well at the Brooklyn Woodburn Pod. Before we get into real racing discussions this evening, let's do some show announcements. Pocono, Jake, we're 6 weeks away, man. We are
Yeah.
6 weeks away. Pocono, Broken Wheel Bearing Podcast will be doing a live tailgate on the day of the race on June 14th. We'll be posting something on our Facebook page. We're going to do some details this weekend, hopefully to get something out to our fans on. We'd love to post something up on our Facebook page by like Sunday, Monday night about our tailgate. So we will be live from the track. We'll be doing a live episode. More details to come on the tailgate. Like I said, making some corrections and making some, tying up some loose ends there. So follow us on Facebook at the Broken Wheel Bearing Podcast if you're interested. If you go to Pocono and you're interested in a massive tailgate, pretty cool. And a live episode. Could be on a live episode.
Yeah, it's a fun time.
Never know. You never know. We maybe we're the key to get you big and all that type of stuff. I doubt it, but also Richmond. We will be live from Richmond on August 15th. That is our second show on the road. We are looking forward to getting down there. I've never been to the track. Jake, I know you've never been to the track.
Nope.
So we'll be live from Richmond, Virginia. Same thing. We're not doing a massive tailgate, but what we'll be doing is a live episode from the track. So looking forward to meeting our fans down at the Richmond, Virginia area. So, but again, that will be more details to come on that after we get out of Pocono. Pocono is the priority, then Richmond, and then I don't know. Who knows, Jake? Maybe we're adventurous and go to another track this year.
Maybe.
I mean, who knows? We
who
don't
knows?
know.
Good.
There was. Hey, listen. There was a little back and forth, possibly of other
Yeah.
races that we might have been going to. Unfortunately, some things happened, but it's all good. I mean, it happens, and at least being thought of was nice.
Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
Being thought of was absolutely nice, and we appreciate that person who thought of us. But unfortunately, will not be down there. I was kind of hoping to make an announcement tonight, but it's all good. And then Dover. Forgot about Dover.
Oh yeah.
Man, tons of show announcements. We'll be live. Not live. We'll be at Dover next week. All-Star Race. Broken Wheel Bearing Podcast making an appearance.
Yeah.
Got free tickets, by the way.
Yeah, which is awesome.
Got free tickets to the All-Star Race. That was pretty cool.
Yeah,
That's
for sure.
Jake, I'm not gonna lie. I shit talk the All-Star Race so much. I'm not like part of me is like I am looking forward to going, but also part of me is like, damn, I really kind of shit talked it, and I was like, I'm not going down there and all that type of stuff. And here we are.
Hey, free tickets are free tickets, man.
That's what it's about. Free
I'll
tickets
take
are
it.
free tickets, baby. But yeah, we'll be live. I keep saying live. We're not going to go live at Dover. We're actually going to be fans that day. Honestly, we're just going to be fans. We're just going to walk around, hang out with anybody, throw in a tailgate, let us know, pop it in the chat. We'll come. We'll bring some beers. We'll talk to you about
Yeah.
NASCAR, all that good stuff. But yeah. So we'll be at Dover next week. Again, free tickets you can never complain about. And then unfortunately, man, I was looking at the time just because of the All-Star race, because they don't have lights. So the All-Star race is going to be starting that race is going to be starting mad early on Sunday.
Yeah.
Last chance qualifier, open heat, I think it's like 1 o'clock. And then what do I have? And then you have I think the main event is like 3 o'clock.
Oh,
It's gonna be a long day. Yeah, it's gonna be a long
it
day.
would be
Yeah.
a long day. Yeah.
Especially where we live. I mean, bro, we're probably gonna have to leave up here probably 5.
Yeah.
Get down there because if the first races are at 1 o'clock. Yeah.
Because it's like what, 2.5 hours, 3 hours?
Yeah, I'm intrigued. I am actually intrigued how this is going to work, this All-Star race down at Dover. I mean, like I said, I am not by all means, folks. I mean, if you're listening to us live and you have a comment about the NASCAR All-Star race, I want to hear from you. Are people fans of the All-Star race, or is people like, who cares? Because I'm kind of at that level. I'm like, who cares? Like,
Yeah, I don't know.
it's not a traditional, like, I just, it's similar to the Busch Clash. Right? Like everybody runs a race. Everyone runs the race, and they run like almost everybody runs the main event.
Yeah.
And that's why I kind of feel like with the All-Star race, I'm like, what's the significance? Like, I mean, I get it. You have all the previous winners, the previous champions, and all that type of stuff, and then you get those 2 drivers that you get the top 2 that finish in the last chance qualifier, and then you get the fan vote, right? Which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
They enter the field, but still at the same time, I don't know. I'm just not really a NASCAR All-Star fan.
Nah,
I wish they would just move back to Charlotte, but here we are. We're going to the race.
yeah, I'm not a fan of anything All Star when it comes to any sports. To be honest with you.
We got Tyler. He checked in on Blunt Engine chat line. He goes, only All-Star worse is NBA, in my opinion. Oh, God.
It's a
The
joke.
NBA All-Star game absolutely sucks. That absolutely freaking
Yeah.
sucks, bro. Like, yeah, no doubt about it. Real quick before we get into the actual NASCAR conversation, best All-Star game, go.
I mean, I don't like any of them, but NHL. If I'm gonna pick any of them.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, they do the 4 seasons now. That's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
That's cool.
I'm always big fan of the MLB All-Star game. I think the
MLB
MLB
is
All-Star
cool,
game is one of
yeah.
those that you can it's so perfect with all the uniforms and all that type of stuff. But I mean, I wish they still had home field advantage throughout the World Series in it. But
Yeah, that's true.
all right, blown in chat line before we get into NASCAR news. John checks in. What's the dude on the right's name? The one talking. Thank you. My name's Matt. Appreciate you chiming in and listening to the show. All right, ready to get into some NASCAR news?
Let's do it.
All right, finally. Now we get the show rolling. All NASCAR news courtesy of jski.com. Follow them on Facebook, X, or by web at www.jski.com. So, first up, thank you, Jesus. RFK Racing welcomes Modelo as an official sponsor at RFK Racing, bro. Oh my God, I've been waiting for Brad Keselowski to get back into a beer paint scheme. We finally got Modelo. Like, dude, I don't think people understand how excited I am about this, bro.
And the car is fucking sick.
Beautiful looking car. Like that navy blue with the white and the gold lettering is absolutely perfect. Absolutely perfect. I'm so excited about Brad K supporting a beer sponsorship on his car, man. That car's going to debut this weekend up at Watkins Glen. So perfect weekend for it. I'm actually hoping they haven't made any more announcements. I mean, now I'm not too sure. They could have be talking about stuff behind the scenes. But the one thing I will say, it's like there's no chance in hell that this is going to be the only race weekend Modelo is on that car.
No.
Absolutely not. Next up, Team Penske and Ryan Blaney announced long-term driver contract extension. I mean, absolutely no surprise. He's been absolutely the face of Penske, Team Penske now, I would say, since the beginning of last year.
Yeah, I mean, he's been there for, 14 years now or something like that?
Started there in 2014, then went over to Wood Brothers.
Oh, yeah,
and then, so
okay,
probably,
yeah.
I mean, over about 11 years almost now.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, I mean, at this point, though, like, I mean, he's the one that's winning races. He's the one that's basically leading laps in championship contention all the time. I would definitely say for me, Ryan Blaney, 1000% has passed Joey Logano as the number one driver at Penske.
Oh, for sure. He basically is a Joey Logano now.
Yeah. So, in case you're wondering, yeah, Team Penske and Ryan Blaney, they announced long-term driver contract extension. And along with that driver contract extension, from what I was reading earlier today, Menards is going to be staying with Ryan Blaney as well. So, good sponsorship. Good sponsorship there. Next up, Front Row Motorsports announced that they will be having Ribbit to sponsor Noah Gragson at Michigan. Ribbit is a physical operations software developer in the industry. So, new sponsor for Noah Gragson, which I guess we will never see that on TV, considering, in fact, he runs 30th.
Really bad car to put a sponsor.
Terrible. I saw that pop up, and I'm like, really? I'm like, Gregson's still pulling in sponsors. I mean, hey, good for him. I mean, I'm not a Gragson hater. I'm just more of the lines of like, you just got to continue getting better, bro. Got to continue getting better. Final update this week. Spire Motorsports, they strengthened their partnership with Go Bowling. Go Bowling was a long-term sponsor of Eric Almirola, but this has shifted over to Spire when Almirola retired, and they will continue strengthening their relationship. And I'm going to expect that Go Bowling is going to be on McDowell's car this weekend, considering it's the Go Bowling at the Glen. So,
Yeah.
cool. Those are some top headliners. Obviously, there's other stories in detail, but I really want to talk about the racing with all of you tonight. Again, follow all sponsorship updates courtesy of jski.com. Follow them on X, web, or Facebook, and then on web it's www.jski.com. So, all right, cool. Before we get into some racing news, Dave checked in Blown Engine chat line. He goes, "All Star making an obscure track, not Dover." Yeah, I think a lot of people are feeling this way.
Yep.
I think a lot of people are feeling about Dover. And then John checked back in. Is that Eric Francis? No, it's not. Sorry. I'm sorry for confusing with Eric Francis. I don't know who that is.
I don't know who the hell that is either.
Yeah, sorry. But John, appreciate you chiming in. Appreciate you listening to the Broken Wheel Bearing podcast. Thanks for the support. Love it. Okay. Here we go. Let's get into the racing weekend. So, unfortunately, we did not get the chance to talk about Talladega.
No.
But you want to bring up any detail, anything from Talladega that you saw?
I didn't get to watch it.
Oh, I did, but we're going to talk about the driver I want to talk about. We're going to talk about when we're talking about Texas.
I saw the news pop up on my phone when I finally got to my room and had Wi-Fi. That Carson Host won. I was like, oh, cool. Put my phone down and went back out to vacation. I mean, it sucks I missed it, but happy for him. That's really all I can really put into the. You watched it, I didn't, so I don't want to.
So
say
I mean,
something.
clearly when like Talladega, they had the big one. They had the big one. The one thing I did like in the race, I know a lot of people were complaining about. I personally liked it. I like how they flipped the stages like they did. 98 laps, then they had 45. I like that. I thought it was well done. I thought it was well orchestrated. I liked how the strategies were all over the charts. Granted, I think that the strategies kind of helped create the big one at the end of the race, or in the middle of the race, excuse me, not the end. But like once the big one happened, I mean, the racing out from that point on was absolutely incredible. It was incredible. I mean, they were not pushing. I mean, they were pushing when they needed to push, and they were racing the way that they should have raced. Now, I thought Buescher was going to come away with the victory, but unfortunately, he did not. And then in regards to Carson Hocevar, well, we'll talk about him while we talk about Texas, because there's a lot I have to say about Carson Hocevar, and I'm not going to tie everyone up in regards to that conversation until a little bit later. But outside that, I thought Talladega was a very, very good race. And I also personally believe in regards to Talladega, I did think the O'Reilly race was actually really good as well. I mean, Corey Day captured his first victory in that series, but the racing all the way into the end, just like last Sunday at Talladega, the Cup Series had a really good race to the end. It was all around, in my personal opinion, and for all the fans that are complaining about how Talladega produced the big one. Yeah, no shit. It's restrictor plate racing, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Like the margin of, I think that's what makes me mad about fans. The margin of error on these tracks is very, very little.
Yeah.
At that speed and at that speed and those aerodynamics. I mean, essentially, the car essentially is a kite. One wrong move, the whole thing's going. And I get it. No, I don't want to watch Demolition Derby. Of course I don't. I mean, Tony Stewart had an interview a couple years ago, years ago, not a couple now, but years ago. And it's like, the fans only should be satisfied if we do a figure eight and we drive backwards and forward. And it's like, I get it. There are fans that want to see the big one and the big wrecks because it's entertaining, but I know a lot of fans that don't. But at the same time, it's the probability of it happening.
Yeah.
And I think that a lot of fans get annoyed when the big one happens. Like, I mean, yes, I don't disagree. Why are we blocking so early in the race? Why? We all know what the goal and the agenda is. You know how sensitive these cars can get. But at the same time, I don't think it was a bad Talladega race at all. I thought it was pretty good. And yeah, we had the big one. And then once the big one ended, there was, you had Eric Jones who spun late in the race and all that type of stuff. But outside that, I thought it was a good race. It was your typical Talladega. Let's just say that. So, and like I said, once you lost a lot of the cars and once you lost the majority of the field, that's when the racing really got good.
Yeah.
But anyways, that was Talladega. Recap. Obviously, if you're listening to us live, you want to talk a little bit about Talladega, more than welcome to. I know it was 2 weeks ago now, so we got to jog those memories. But we're going to head into Texas. So I want to open up your segment, or I want to open up the segment with you, Jake. A lot of fans complain about Texas. What is your opinion about Texas as a track at this point?
I enjoyed it. I thought it was a really good race. I mean, I watched every single lap, which is probably the first time all season I watched the entire race from start to finish. But no, I like Texas. I like Texas. I think it's a good racing. I think you get a lot of different opinions when you're watching cars and how you get different lines, you got different strategies. Like, and I think you saw a lot of different strategies on Sunday too. But Corey Hine with the most extreme one you could ever imagine. But it was a really good race. I like Texas. I don't know how you can complain about Texas, but that's just my opinion.
Yeah, I used to hate Texas. I'm going to be honest with you. I used to hate Texas Motor Speedway. I thought it sucked. I thought the racing was really atrocious years ago. And usually you had two people that usually dominated that track. Kevin Harvick was incredible on that track for years. But something lately, I want to probably say, well, you know what it was that changed? When it went to one date.
Yeah.
When Texas went back from Texas should have never had 2 dates at all. Never. They had a playoff race and then they had an early spring race. Texas Motor Speedway should have never, ever, ever had 2 dates. The crowds were never there in the fall. The racing started sliding after the repavement. But then when they went back down to, like, even when they went, like, they had 2 dates, but, like, remember the 2-year stretch, or not even 2 years, I think it was 1 year, they did the All-Star race, and then they had the second date in the playoffs.
Yeah.
When they had the All-Star race and then they had the second date, like, that was fine. I'm like, cool, because I don't have to really zone in on this All-Star race, quote unquote, at a track I fucking hate.
Yeah.
You know, I could just focus in on the playoff race. And when they were down to one race and it was a playoff race, I thought the playoff race was actually pretty good. 2023 or 2022 was really good. 2023 was a really good race. Even though North Wilkesboro had the All-Star race, that's when Texas went back down to one date. 2023, they went back to one date. I thought the race was good because it's different. It's like, okay, now it's back to being different again.
Mm-hmm.
We're not running the 1.5s. We're not every single week of the the dog leg 1.5s. That's when Texas, I felt, became a very good track again. And then, honestly, I love when they have Texas moved into this state now. I love it. Not just does it bring nostalgia back of my early childhood when they ran Texas one time in the spring, but as the president of Texas Motor Speedway has said, and multiple people down in that committee have said, having Texas in the spring is good for business.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why is because fall is football season in Texas.
Correct.
They're not going to the racetrack. So moving it into the spring, look, I mean, I saw pictures of the track. We had a fan that sent us a picture. Place was freaking sold out. Like, it was sold out. I know everyone's like, oh, well, the sellout, like, that's loose on terms. No. You look at this picture, or a couple of these pictures coming out of Texas Motor Speedway. We have not seen crowds like that at Texas probably since the early to mid 2000s. It was packed.
Mm-hmm. You could even tell by just watching it on TV, seeing the stands.
And I get it. They did drape and curtain off some seating and all that type of stuff. But, like, honestly, that track, when they built the track, they wanted to have as many stands and seats as possible. I think it houses 250,000 people. I mean, off the pictures and off the estimates and off of what I've heard people say, it was probably close to over 100,000 people at that race. That track looked packed. In regards to the racing at Texas Motor Speedway, quite frankly, I think it's been producing some of the best racing.
I agree.
When they went back down to one date, because now the beautiful thing about NASCAR with these going down to one dates is that these tracks now become enigmas. And while Texas and Charlotte are similar in design, totally different racing surfaces. Totally different racing surfaces. Texas is worn out. It is beautiful. I love it.
Mhm.
I love how worn out Texas is. Texas, to me, is starting to run almost similar to what old Atlanta used to run before the reconfiguration a couple years ago. The surface is worn out. Now, I was reading something that our friend Trioval Life has said about Texas Motor Speedway. And while I don't disagree with him on this statement, I don't think it makes Texas a bad track. He goes, many will forget about this race from Texas Motor Speedway in less than a month. But let's be honest here. If it wasn't for the wrecks, it would be forgotten much sooner because it would have been a 400-mile snooze fest. After the third 1.5-mile non-drafting track race of the season, it's evident that the magic of the next-gen cars of this type of track is now gone. Nobody wants to see tire grenade on cars going 180 miles per hour, but tire wear needs to be a thing at all tracks. As talented as Corey Heim is, he should have never led so many laps on old tires while pulling away from the eventual race winner at the end of the run, who had 25-lap fresher tires. Wow. And I will say this, like I said, I don't think that Texas Motor Speedway would have been a snooze fest or a 400-mile snooze fest. I don't disagree with you. I do think that tire wear is a problem in this with this generational car, and we continue talking about it week in and week out. Now, do I think the magic of the 1.5s, in my personal opinion, has that worn out? Probably not. This is really the first year, Jake, after this car came out in 2022. I would say this is really the first year I think the cars in the tire wear has completely struggled on the 1.5s.
Yeah.
But we also have a lot more 1.5s coming up. So I'm not gonna put the nail in the coffin this year. We still have Charlotte coming up in a couple weeks. We still have Chicagoland coming up. We still have many tracks, the 1.5s coming up. So I'm not going to sit there and say tire wear at the 1.5s. So far, they've been an issue. But let's see how the rest of the season plays out. But in regards to this, Texas as a track, Texas, honestly, to me, has been a slip and slide since they've gone down to one date. That surface is worn out. It looks like a slip and slide. And to be honest with you, not just this past season with the cautions, we can go back to 2025, we can go back to 2024, we can go back to 2023. And even 2022 in the fall, in the fall race in 2022, there were a lot of cautions in those races over the years because the surface is worn out.
Mm-hmm.
Now, some fans like it, some fans don't. Like I said, where I agree with our buddy Trioval Life, in regards to the tire wear at the 1.5 so far in 2026, yeah, massively disappointed. I will say that.
I agree with you as well. I also think the whole Corey Heim out there for so long and Elliott wasn't even really catching him.
Well, I will say that was really, really weird. And I'm like, I know that Corey Heim, I know he was on older tires, but the intervals were just getting bigger and bigger and bigger by between Heim and Elliott. And that's not a Texas Motor Speedway issue. That is not a Texas problem. That is an all of NASCAR track problem. I've been even on the short tracks.
Mm-hmm.
It's this generation.
72 laps too.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, unheard of.
Unheard of on a 1.5. Now it's funny because Cody Ware tried to go 60 laps a couple of weeks ago back at Kansas and completely ended up blowing the right rear out.
Yeah.
I mean, so it's who knows? I don't know how to. So now, we continue saying this. NASCAR's got to figure this out, but at the same time, how do they figure it out?
Yeah.
I would say this after watching the O'Reilly Auto Parts series the last couple of weeks, just go back to that car, please. Seriously, go back to that car. It looks so much more entertaining. It's so much more fun. These next gen cars just have complete. And listen, my guy's winning in them now. My guy's winning in them. And Chase Elliott. But the problem is that I'm tired of seeing these guys run so many laps on old tires.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I agree with you with the whole. I don't really watch O'Reilly that often. I did watch it a little bit this past week, but yeah, I agree. Go back to that car.
Dave checks in on the Blown Engine chat line. He goes, tire wear is a problem in all motorsports, not just NASCAR. Our last real tire management race was 2024 Bristol, and that was an accident. That was an accident, wasn't it? That race, oh god, that race was probably the best thing that was probably the best race that I've seen probably in the last couple of years because
Oh,
that
hell yeah.
that spring Bristol race, Goodyear fucked up. They were like, "Oh man, we brought the wrong tire," but it turned into like one of the most spectacle races that we could all remember because you couldn't, you had to figure this tire problem out,
Yeah.
and then at the end of the day, like Goodyear was like, everyone's like, man, that was such a great race. Like, this was awesome. They were finally like managing their tires in this next gen car. And then Goodyear and NASCAR, are like, it's almost like when a dude meets a girl and it's like the universe put them together. And you're like, oh, yeah, that wasn't supposed to happen, by the way. Even though it's so good and you guys connect so well. That's what NASCAR and Goodyear did after that Bristol 2020, that Bristol spring race. They're like, oh yeah, that was really cool. That wasn't supposed to happen. We'll never see that again.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. We're never gonna let that happen again.
We'll never let that happen again. Oh man. No, I agree though. That was probably the last real time. I mean, Phoenix, I would say Phoenix this past year.
Yeah, Phoenix was good.
Phoenix back in March was pretty good with the tire wear too. I thought that was a good race. So all right. Let's talk about this race, though, not the track, but let's talk about the race within itself. Final scoreboard courtesy of NASCAR.com. This week, Chase Elliott won the race. No lie, Chase fans are excited about that. I was too. Denny Hamlin finished second. Alex Bowman finished third. Tyler Reddick finished fourth. No shocker there. Tyler Reddick, if you're a betting man at this point with Tyler Reddick, Tyler Reddick top 5 is like easy cash money, homie.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Buescher finished 5th, the grinder. Daniel Suarez finished 6th. Carson Hocevar finished 7th. William Byron finished 8th. Bubba Wallace finished 9th. And Ryan Blaney finished 10th. Top 10 in stage 1 was Eric Jones wins his first stage of the season. Actually, I think it was his first stage ever. Yeah, that
was cool. A lot of first time things this year, man. It's kind of cool.
It's starting to become really cool, Hocevar finished 2nd. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. finished 3rd. Ty Gibbs finished 4th. Chase Briscoe finished 5th. Kyle Busch finished 6th. AJ Allmendinger finished 7th. Chase Elliott finished 8th. Byron finished 9th. And Hamlin finished 10th. That was your top 10 in stage 1. Stage 2, top 10. Chase Elliott was the stage winner, but then Tyler Reddick finished 2nd. Brad Kay finished 3rd. Hamlin finished 4th. Priest finished 5th. Suarez finished 6th, Buescher finished 7th. Riley Herbst finished 8th. Carson Hocevar finished 9th. And Alex Bowman finished 10th. A lot of tongue twisters there. Way too many tongue twisters. All right. Laps led sheet. You have Chase Elliott Chase Elliott led a race high of 87 laps. Denny Hamlin finished the race with 21 laps led. Carson Hocevar finished off with 40 laps led. Then you have Blaney at 5 laps led. Riley Herbst led a lap, obviously doing a pit strategy. Eric Jones, 13 laps led. Brad Kay led 4. Then you have Briscoe, who led 4. Corey Heim led 69. We talked about that. Ty Gibbs led 1. And Christopher Bell led 22. So, again, that is your final scoreboard, courtesy of NASCAR.com from the 2026 Worth 400 at Texas Motor Speedway. So, race winner, Chase Elliott.
Yeah.
Chase Elliott. I have to bring this up because I was talking to one of our fans, Dave, who checks in on the Blown Engine chat line about this. Chase Elliott won on Sunday. Do you know what his sponsorship was? Prime. He brought this up to me. Since the injury, Chase Elliott has not won in a car that was sponsored by Napa.
Wow.
Yeah. We did the...
Wow.
Yeah, has not won a race sponsored by Napa. Now, I do think there's a loophole because I know he had the Atlanta's Children's Hospital paint scheme when he won Atlanta. And I think that was through Napa, the Napa program. But as Dave brought it up to me, he goes, Napa was not shown primary on that car. It was all Children's Hospital of Atlanta. So Chase Elliott's wins post-injury. He won at Texas. His sponsor was Hooters. He won at Atlanta. Children's Hospital of Atlanta was the main main sponsor. I know it was a backdoor agreement between Napa, but Children's Hospital of Atlanta. Then Kansas, he ended up winning in what? Kelly Blue Book.
Yep.
And then in Martinsville, it was UniFirst. And then obviously this past weekend was in Prime. 5 wins.
crazy.
Napa outside the Fire Suit, I think in one race, has not been the primary sponsor.
That's crazy.
Insane. And to be honest with you, we kind of broke it down a little bit too. I mean, I don't have the math in front of me, but he's probably pre-injury. He's probably won half of his races in a Napa sponsorship. The other half were all in different sponsors.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got to
be. Dude, that's like saying Larson only wins when he races Valvoline.
Yeah, it's weird. It's
weird.
like it's absolutely weird. I mean, like I said, post-injury. And again, I know we're getting a loose, like it's literally a loophole in regards to that Atlanta Children's Hospital paint scheme because it is sponsored quote unquote by Napa, but Napa was not the main. What's up?
You can say it, but you were just about to say it wasn't the main thing on the car. It wasn't the main thing. Sponsor.
No, it wasn't. Point is, if you're a Chase Elliott fan, it's time to get rid of Napa. Just get rid of him.
Let's go to Napa. Go to Prime full time.
Oh man,
it's a better NASCAR commentators anyway. So let's go to Prime full time.
Yeah, just go to Prime. Just piss the people off. Go to Prime. Just you'll go from the most, and then you'll hear the old timers go, this is not what real NASCAR is. Like guys like Carson Hocevar would never go to Prime. Anyways, I thought that was a pretty fun fact. Yeah, like I said, as the main sponsor, Chase Elliott post injury has not won in a Napa car.
That's nuts, man.
As the main sponsor. And to be honest with you, throughout his career, like I said, even before the injury, it was 50% of his wins were in Napa. The other 50 were in others. You got to think about that. That's like a freaking sponsorship wet dream. Your car has a better opportunity of getting in the victory lane as if he's not running Napa. That's crazy. Yeah. Anyways, let's talk about Chase Elliott though. And listen, I think a lot of people, 2 wins before Mother's Day. And I think a lot of people have been waiting for this Chase Elliott to kind of come out.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And listen, Chase Elliott has had a fantastic career so far to date. He is a Cup Series champion. Now, granted, I don't think he doesn't have any of the crown jewels. Came so close multiple times. Coke 600 2020, Daytona 500 this past year. He has come close multiple times on a crown jewel. Now, he doesn't have any, but he also has now 24 career wins. He is now officially 2 behind Dale Jr. 2.
Yeah.
That's,
he's got a lot of racing left.
A lot of racing. He's only 30 years old. Only 30 years old. And real quick, excuse me, not 24. He's got 23. He's got 23 career wins. He's 3 behind Dale Jr. This, to me, post-injury with Chase Elliott, and I know he won Martinsville, and there was a lot of, Atlanta he won. Texas a couple years ago he won. Last year he won at Kansas. This, to me, post-injury was his most impressive win.
Oh, yeah, 100%. He was impressive all day.
No strategy needed like he did back in Texas, even Martinsville this past year. He had that, strategy working in his favor. This week at Texas, 87 laps led. He was the best car.
Mm-hmm.
He was. Yeah. I mean, there's no doubt about it. And people may look at it and be like, well, he only led 87 laps, and Corey Heim was running away from him. Listen, we all, we're not going to take that out of the equation, but let's call it as is. When they were on even playing field, no one was touching the 9.
No.
As that race went on. Also, here's the other thing. Chase Elliott started this race in 14th. During the end of each stage, Jake, he just kept getting better and better and better, right? And he kept moving up the board. Usually when we see Chase Elliott qualify 14th post-injury, what happens to him? Usually 14th, stays
right around there. Yeah.
Stays around there. Maybe if he's lucky, strategy gets him out into the top, maybe like a high or, a top 10 finish, 9th or 10th, somewhere around there. This week, he was hunting. He was hunting this week. That car was completely humming. And listen, credit to, and I gotta ask Chase Elliott fans, are you satisfied now with Alan Gustafson? Because a couple of weeks ago you wanted him fired. Now all of a sudden, 3 of the fastest pit stops he's had all season was at Texas.
Which I think is
That's
a huge turnaround.
that's a championship right now.
Mhm.
That is a championship caliber organization. And I'm going to be honest, we all talked about this. You and I specifically talked about it going into the 2026 season. We talked about how this format, the Chase format, was going to be one of those things that's going to suit Chase Elliott. Why? What was the word? Consistency.
Yep.
Consistency. But listen, when I look at Chase Elliott has had only two finishes below 15th. That was the 23rd of Phoenix, which he has now become disastrous at Phoenix. But who cares? Because Phoenix is not a championship race anymore.
No.
And then his other disaster of a race weekend was Bristol, where he finished 22nd, which that one he ended up spinning. Kind of a weird, fluky situation down there. Outside that, he has been massively consistent, putting the car in the top 5 and top 10. And now he's got 2 wins under his belt. This is the earliest in the season that he has won 2 races. Earliest. We are only week 11 in the season. He's got 2 wins. He's only behind Tyler Reddick now for most wins by a driver in a season at the moment.
Which is good because you're going to keep needing him to be able to catch that guy.
Listen, I mean, yeah, here's the funny thing, because Chase Elliott had such a great race weekend at Texas, winning the race, but he somewhat cut the gap to Tyler Reddick in the points, right?
By
Chase
a
Elliott,
whopping how many points?
Yeah, Chase Elliott ended up collecting 69 points on Sunday from Texas. Tyler Reddick collected 42. Now, where does Tyler Reddick and Chase Elliott sit in the points behind each other? So Reddick has a grand total of 526 points. Chase Elliott is now officially 117 points behind Tyler Reddick. So Elliott's got 409, Reddick's got 526. So he kind of cut it a little bit.
Yeah, it's still a big gap.
Massive gap. And here's the whole thing with Tyler Reddick. I mean, he is not slowing down anytime soon. Even when you count the dude out, like even this past weekend, I got issues. Do you have issues? Because guess what? You finished top 10, you finished top 5 all the time.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, do you have issues? Yeah.
But right now, I will say this, and I think we're starting to, and I love what the guys in the booth always said. They're like, listen, you got to finish in the top 6 in points in order to be in this dogfight for the chase for the championship. And right now, I think we're starting to see, after 11 weeks, who the 3 main title contenders are going to be. And that's Tyler Reddick, Denny Hamlin, and Chase Elliott.
Yeah.
So Chase Elliott right now, to me, and I know it's going to piss off a lot of people at Hendrick Motorsports and a lot of Hendrick fans, and I'm sorry to say this, but Chase Elliott right now is Hendrick's number 1 driver until proven otherwise.
Oh, for this season, 100%.
It's, again, big win for Chase Elliott, big win for the Chase Elliott fans. Right now, Chase Elliott, according to NASCAR.com, he has 7 top 10s this season, 5 top 5s, 2 wins in 11 races, 196 laps led. And again, it's laps led. That's what the stat that we look at. Like, Chase Elliott won races in the last couple of years, but it's like, okay, well, he has like 110 laps led or something. So he's at 196. I mean, he's tracking to at least go over 400 this year, which is something that we haven't seen in a long time post-injury from Chase Elliott. His average start, too, 10.9, which is much better than the last couple of years. So he's qualifying better, even though he didn't qualify great this past weekend. Qualified enough to get that car into the front with his average finish of 8.9 on the 2026 campaign. So I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this a lot. I think Chase Elliott is back. Chase Elliott's back. Finally back.
I know he was in the round. Getting the pit road back, too, is a huge help for him.
I know in the last couple of years with Chase Elliott, I know that, a lot of people were complaining like, he's not winning races as frequently and all that type of stuff. He finished in the top 8 in points the last couple of years, but was he a real title contender? He had to go to Martinsville, pull off a miracle and win. This year, I would sit there and say, like, yeah, he's got a legit shot.
Oh, hell yeah.
He's got a legit shot. Now, again, we're 11 races into the season, but this is the earliest we've seen Chase Elliott succeed. So, all right. Now, let's get into our second topic. Carson Hocevar. Let's talk about Carson Hocevar now. We promised you we'd talk about him. Let's talk about him. I'm going to say this. I totally, completely apologize to all the hosts of our fans. I completely, before the Chili's announcement with the Dale Senior throwback, I kind of ripped this whole idea of, well, you guys are forcing him to be Dale Senior, but at the same time, he doesn't win. Well, he won. He won at Talladega, so I will eat as much crow as possible on that. I said he cannot be Dale Senior because he doesn't win. Well, he did end up winning. I'm going to be honest with you right now. And am I flipping to a host of our fans? I'm not flipping to a host of our fan. I'm not a host of our fan by any stretch. But I got to give this kid a shit ton of credit. What he is doing this year, this season alone, in a Spire Motorsports car, cannot be taken for granted how talented he is.
Mm-hmm.
While I think Spire has made, leaps and bounds within the program and the organization's success, even look at Daniel Suarez, who's been racing very well. He's in the top 16 in points. Hocevar right now sits 6th in the points. Like, this is not a dud. This is not a fluke. He is 6th right now. In 11 races, he has 1 win, 5 top 10s, 3 top 5s, 71 laps led, 13.3 average finish. Oh, and his average start is 10th. So he is losing about 3 positions a race, quote unquote. But at the same time, that's kind of expected considering the equipment he's in. But he is also outperforming that equipment as well. What we are witnessing with Carson Hocevar is nothing short of amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I will say this with Hocevar. He is a young driver, and they're going to have bad weeks. They just are. I need to see how Hocevar rebounds from that. But who knows? Maybe Hocevar doesn't have a bad week. Maybe his bad weeks were quote unquote 2025 when he was leading the Coke 600, when he was leading Texas last year, when he was leading Michigan, and they kept fucking up. Maybe that was all of his bad weeks. Is absolutely, like I said, amazing that this kid sits 6th in the points. And I know before Darlington, I ripped all the hosts of our fans saying he's not Dale Senior, he doesn't win. Well, he won. I'll eat crow, and I'll admit this. What he's doing this year is absolutely remarkable. What he's doing is absolutely insane. And it's more of, I mean, he's legitimately, he's been outperforming Larson and Byron some weeks.
Oh, yeah.
He's been, I mean, the only other Chevrolet I would say is better than him right now is Chase Elliott. That's the only other Chevrolet I would say is better than Carson Hocevar right now. I know you had a lot of words about Carson Hocevar. I want to pass the mic off to you.
I'm not going to apologize. I'm still a Hocevar hater. I will probably always will be. I'm going to give the guy all the props in the world. He got that first win. I'm not going to take that away from him. He won in a place that's a gamble. Anybody can win. But I'm not going to take the win away from him. He did come back this week and win the Truck Series race at Texas. So he's been on a high. But I think that Cinderella story comes doing that. I really do, Matt. Like I want to be proud for him. I'm happy for him. I think the kid is what we need in the sport for sure. I think he brings a lot of young talent. He's going out here doing all these different Met Gala things. Like, he's going to bring big people to NASCAR. I think he will. I think he's going to change the face of NASCAR. I still don't want to see his name in the same sentence as Dale Senior. That's my opinion. I'm not going to take the win away.
No.
But you won a race that a guy in 30th could have won on the last lap. Like, but I'm not taking it away.
Let me ask you a question. I know a lot of people, and ourselves included, are very protective of Dale Senior brand. But what if, I mean, Hocevar is 23, I believe he is.
Yes.
Give me a second. Yeah, he's 23 years old. If Carson Hocevar comes out, and let's just say by the age of 25, he's already got about 18 wins under his belt.
I'll put him in the same sentence.
That's a stretch. 18 wins in 2 years, basically.
If he has 10 years, if he has 10 wins, I would start considering it. I really would.
I was going to say by the age of 28, he's got 20 wins. Would you put him in that
Yes.
sentence?
Correct.
Okay.
I would start flirting with it. I wouldn't
Okay.
say he is the next Dale, but I'm saying I would be like, he's got a chance to be. He's got one win though. So everybody, again, I don't want to knock the dude for the win. I don't. I think it's awesome for him. I think that's his stepping stone to be like, shit, I can win races at this level. But let's take a step backwards and just to say it's one win. But
like I said, it's more. Yeah, I don't disagree with you on that. Right, it is one win. It is Talladega. Still got it done. Like he had
Yeah.
the block. He
Yeah,
had the
he
block,
did.
and he had to. And listen, he had to block Busher, who Busher's on a very long winless streak right now. But the one thing I will say, I don't necessarily. For me, it's not necessarily what I've seen at just him win Talladega. I mean, since Darlington, where he finished fourth, he was the highest Chevrolet that day. He finished 10th at Bristol, and he finished 7th at Texas this past weekend, and he won the pole. And like
Yeah.
I said, through 11 races, he's 6th in the points. And this is where I'm kind of jumping into the host of our pool. It's the fact that what he's doing in Spire Motorsports Equipment.
Yeah, oh no,
Like-
100%. You can't knock that.
And I'm not saying Spire is shitty anymore. I'm really not, because to be honest with you, I would put Spire at the same level, if not slightly better than Trackhouse Racing, and I would definitely put him over Richard Childress.
I'd put him over Trackhouse Racing this year. As of
I
right
probably
now.
at this point, with the way Trackhouse guys are running and that equipment's performing, like Spire's outperforming them. I'd probably put Spire the second team in the Chevrolet camp right now.
I mean, look at look at Daniel Suarez. He raced in Trackhouse last year, and look now he's inspired. He's doing pretty good this season. I
Yeah,
mean, he didn't have the greatest day on Sunday. I mean, he kind of had a fluke, kind of fell back, but I mean, he came back up.
yeah. I mean, like I said, my whole thing with Spire Motorsports. So, like I said, going into the season, I did not expect them to have two cars right now, 16, and especially the two that are where they're at. I mean, Hocevar is like, and he's flirting in levels of like stardom right now. I mean, Suarez is the bottom tier 16th, but he's hanging tough through 11 weeks. I mean, McDowell's completely faded. But the point is that Spire Motorsports Equipment was not supposed to be performing the way they're supposed to be performing. Now, the other thing I will say this with Hocevar, like I said, I'm not pumping the brakes. I'm very excited for him. And like I said, he's been very impressive to start this season off. And quite frankly, it's awesome. It is awesome. I was bitter about it in the beginning parts of the season because I'm like, we need to stop comparing him to Dale Sr. And while I agree with you, let's not compare him to Dale Sr. I'm not overlooking what he has accomplished this year. I'm just not.
I will not. Yeah, I'm not looking over it either.
Yeah, I'm not looking over what he has accomplished. I mean, this has been a remarkable season. And like I said, I know last year he had some breakout moments at tracks where he finished a car in the top 10, top 5. But at the same time, like this year, it's like, okay, the pieces are finally connected for him. Now, do I think that he wins another race in 2026? I do. I do.
Yeah, I think he wins multiple.
Yeah,
I
do.
At least two more.
The one thing I like about Hocevar, and I can understand and appreciate the younger fans of our sport, why they like Carson Hocevar a lot, is that Hocevar is a fan. He is a fan of the sport. And at Talladega last weekend, he was sitting in the stands watching that O'Reilly Auto Parts race with other fans. He just likes racing. And I will never knock somebody down for that. So, like I said, my tune has kind of changed in regards to Carson Hocevar. I give the kid a lot of credit. And also the celebration, thank you, NASCAR, for not doing something stupid and banning that celebration. Because
I thought it was cool, but
I thought it was cool too. And you damn well know for a fact they were going to ban it. They were going to try to ban it, and the fans reacted, they would have said some safety nonsense.
Here's what I gotta say. I think if it wasn't a first-time winner and like a Carson Hocevar, they would have bitched. Seriously, I do.
Probably, but also,
but Carson I think just the moment and how it happened and how happy that kid was, and just the joy of the fans cheering him on, like, and you're just gonna come back and be like, "Oh yeah, you can't do that ever again. It's banned." NASCAR just looks like an asshole.
Yeah. So, are you riding the Dente or no?
I'm not riding the Dente. I'm not. Not there yet. I will say I'm a step closer. After last week and this week, I'm getting there. But I want to become a fan before I say, okay, Carson Hocevar and Dale Sr. in the same sentence. I'm gonna become a
Oh yeah,
fan
easily,
first. You know what I
easily.
mean? But
Now the
I'm
one,
getting there. I'm getting there. He's a very respectful kid too.
Mhm.
Very respectful kid. So he's not cocky.
No, he's not. He's not. He's just a fan, dude.
Yeah.
He's living all of our dreams. He really is. And the one thing I will say, I do think that Hocevar, I think Hocevar can become the face of NASCAR. I really can.
Could.
And I think that he is entertaining. He doesn't back off anybody. Um, like I said, not just is he entertaining, not back off anybody, but he's got a market. He's got a very, very good marketing sponsorship with Chili's. And I know a lot of people don't care for, or I know there's people that don't care for Chili's, but Chili's, like you see them all over the country.
Yeah.
You see those signs all over the place. They have catchy commercials with Ride the Dente. And he's just a marketable kid. He really is. And I think
Yeah.
that this is gonna be the bridge and the face to NASCAR into this next generation. I really do. Because like in all sports, I think that a lot of these sports have held on to superstars and they just continuously pound it down our throats. Like, you look at the NHL, they held on to Sidney Crosby, the NBA with LeBron James, the MLB, all these players. And NASCAR did the same thing with Dale Jr. and Jimmy Johnson and Jeff Gordon, where, yeah, we knew about Chase Elliott and Ryan Blaney. We knew about that crop coming up. But what's called is those guys were masked with the guys like Joey Logano and Denny Hamlin and Martin Truex Jr. They were masked from that previous generation. So there could be a lost generation in NASCAR. The only reason why and to be honest with you, if Chase Elliott didn't have the last name Elliott, Ryan Blaney didn't have the last name Blaney, yes, they were great drivers, but they wouldn't be winning like most popular drivers left and right.
Oh yeah, for sure. No, I agree with you. But
Carson Hocevar, it feels like this dude, not just is he like a marketable dude, he is a prospect they can get behind. And he's 23 years old, and he is younger than the ones I just mentioned. Much younger.
oh god, yeah, and has a lot of fans, man.
A lot. And we know about that on TikTok. We know about that on
Yes.
TikTok. Again, if you're listening to us live and you, again, follow us on TikTok at the Broken Wheel Bearing Pod. We are always available on TikTok.
Yeah, no, I think this is good. I think it's good. I'm happy. You know what he kind of reminds me of a little bit? Uh, I hate to say because everyone's gonna be like, oh, because he's your driver. He kind of reminds me of Kyle Larson when Larson first got the Hendrick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, Larson had to make a name for himself, just like Hocevar's gonna have to. I mean, Larson was known in the dirt world, but I feel like Hocevar's kind of the same. I think Larson did have a lot more of a backing coming in, but he kind of reminds me of the young Larson. But Larson came up with Bubba Wallace, Ryan Blaney, Chase Elliott. They all came up together.
Daniel
Hocevar's
Suarez was
kind
part
of
of that group.
yeah.
Yeah, Hocevar's kind of by himself.
Yeah.
Like he really is. I mean, who's the other young gun drivers that are right around Carson and Hocevar?
Connor Zilisch, who's been a nobody.
I mean, I would say Zillage. I mean, let me look at the field real quick. I mean, you got Zillage. Yeah, I mean,
isn't John Hunter Nemechek young?
not really. He's closing in on 30.
Oh yeah.
I mean, and like
Ty Gibbs.
Ty Gibbs, Zane Smith, probably.
Yeah.
I would say Zane Smith, Ty Gibbs. I would say
but-
probably Carson Hocevar, and I would probably say Connor Zilisch. That's the next core group of drivers down that stretch.
Yeah, and if Zilisch figures it out, which I think he will, him and with Gibbs finally figuring out, that's a strong three right there. Zane Smith, unfortunately.
The thing about Zane Smith is I think Zane Smith has a lot of talent.
Yeah.
I think Zane Smith has a lot of talent, and I think that while I don't necessarily think he's been horrible at front row because he hasn't, I think he needs to get better equipment. And I thought that was going to happen back in 2024 when he drove for Spire, basically as a funnel system for Trackhouse. And then obviously with the Trackhouse deal and the charters only going down to 3 drivers, Zane Smith was the odd man out. Zane gets picked up by Front Row Motorsports and as Trackhouse took on Zillage, SVG, and Chastain. So, I mean, it does suck because I
Yeah.
think that if Zane Smith ended up following the path, but who knows though? I mean, right now, I mean, I'm not going to this extreme yet because I do appreciate Trackhouse racing and I love Trackhouse in general. But I would say Zane Smith's been just on par with Chastain and SVG. They've all had bright moments, but they've all struggled.
Yeah. I mean, and you're thinking about, I mean, young drivers. And you know another one? Corey Heim. He's
Yeah,
going
Corey Heim's
and
going to
dude,
come up. Yeah.
and here's the thing, dude. 23XI ain't getting him next year. So I'm
Don't know. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say that. I mean,
if they
and that's
if
not
they if they buy the charter.
that's not me. That's not me saying anything. Remember, Legacy's getting 3 cars next year.
Yeah.
Legacy Motor Club's getting 3 cars. That's gonna, and then obviously 23XI. So I mean, if Heim is really that desirable for 23XI, and Hamlin and Jordan want Heim, one of them's going over to Legacy. And I don't think it's Bubba, and I don't think it definitely. Well, it's definitely not Reddick because he signed another contract extension. It's going to be. It's going to be Herbst.
Yeah.
That goes to
Herbst.
Legacy, and then there's your Corey Heim right there.
Yeah, that Bubba ain't going nowhere.
I mean, personally for me, it's like you got to. I mean, yeah, of course, Legacy's going to want Heim, but for Heim's development and Heim's career, you're watching a guy like Connor Zilic right now in bad equipment or not the best equipment in the world. He's completely struggling. Do you really want to be away from 23XI, who's been winning 50% of the races in 2026?
Yeah. I mean, I would want to be on. I mean, if I'm Corey Heim, put me in a 35.
Yeah, I would rather go in the 35, and then obviously that punts Riley Herbst, which Herbst's dad has a connection with Jimmy Johnson, anyways.
Yeah. So then, and what's the
So
number going to be? The 13, I think.
13 for Jimmy, but it's going to be 84 for whoever the third car is going
Yeah.
to be, which again, I'm still pissed off because that's going to take a car away from RFK. Oh, man.
Yeah,
I would rather.
And who's losing that seat?
I don't know. I mean, who knows? I mean, there's still silly season's going to be freaking ridiculous. There's like 7 free agents this year. There's going to be this whole charter nonsense with. Stay tuned, folks. Stay tuned. That's all I'm going to say.
It's going to look like the NFL recently.
Dude,
It's going to be fucking moving all over the place.
It's going to. I don't disagree with you. I don't disagree with you. All right. Let's get into our next topic of driver topic tonight, and that's Alex Bowman. And I know, Jake, we primarily me, not you. Kind of agreed with it, but you didn't really say
Yeah, I
much.
agree with you. I
Yeah,
agree
you
with
agreed with it, but like you didn't say much. I ripped Alex Bowman.
Yeah.
I ripped him. After the first 2 weeks, I said there is no dude driving faster out of the seat than Alex Bowman.
Got a lot of popularity on that video too.
We did get a lot of popularity again on TikTok at the Brooklyn Woodbury Pod. But the one thing I will say, and I'm not buying into Alex Bowman getting back into the playoffs and all that type of stuff, I gotta give a round of applause to him. I gotta give him credit.
Mm-hmm.
Alex Bowman the last 2 weeks, right? He came back from Vertigo, and he raced at Bristol and in Kansas. The last 2 weeks, he ended up finishing third at Survive and Advanced Talladega. Then he finished third this past week at Texas. And our friends over at Here for Speed, they said this. I think one of them actually did the math, if I'm not mistaken. Bowman actually has a lead. He has a shot at the playoffs. With the way but again, though, he's got to race extremely well. He's got to race extremely well, and everyone else is going to have to struggle a little bit.
Yes.
But what I've seen from the 48, listen, you cannot complain on what he's been doing. This is the Alex Bowman, and I know he started off. I mean, God, he started off horrendous and lost 4 races due to vertigo. He started off 40th at Daytona, 23rd at Atlanta, then 36th at Coda. Obviously, that's where we had the vertigo problem. 4 weeks he was out of the seat. Then he comes back, comes to Bristol, qualifies poorly, ends up getting caught up in some nonsense. Kansas, he flashed speed. Yeah. Kansas was kind of an eye opener. You're like, okay, all right. He collected I think it was a couple stage points in that race.
Yeah.
In the top 10, had some issues late in the race, ended up finishing 18th. Finishes third at Talladega, Survive and Advance, but similar to what you were saying about Carson Hocevar in regards to anyone could have finished third.
Yeah.
But he follows it up with a third place at Texas.
Which is huge.
Which is huge. I mean, especially for someone who is fighting to try to make the playoffs. Now, granted, I don't think it's going to happen, but there is a possibility. Now, when you look at the points, he comes back from Bristol, And again, guys, he's going to be docked. I mean, he's docked 4 races. Like he can't make it's going to
No.
be difficult for him to make those points up. He comes back out to Bristol, and then what does he do? He ends up, from Bristol to Texas. He is now sitting 34th in the points. He sits ahead of Cole Custer and Cody Ware. I mean, granted, not a big achievement,
Yeah,
but when you look at the big picture, Bowman missed 4 races.
dude, he missed 4 races. He's 11 points behind Connor Zilic.
Yeah, well, bingo. I mean,
The guy who was supposed to be this incredible, which I'm not taking anything away from him, this incredible guy this year is going to come in and dominate the Cup Series.
Yeah, and we had fans talk about that.
And Bowman missed 4 races, and he's 11 points behind him. 9 points behind him, sorry.
Exactly. He's 9 points behind Zilic. Then you look at, I mean, like, if Bowman continues putting up top 10s and top 5s over the next, like, let's just say, what do we got coming up? We have the Glen, we have the Glen, then we have the Coke 600, Nashville, and Michigan. So in those 4 races, if he's putting up like between 12th and first place in those 4 races,
yeah,
I mean, a win obviously will shoot him up the board.
Yeah, and he's not horrible at road courses.
No, he's not.
So I wouldn't even wash him off this week. I mean, obviously Dover means nothing. But back to what you're saying, this is the Alex Bowman that should have been here. You're in HMS equipment.
Mm-hmm.
You do have talent. We all know you. Everybody knows that you're above average driver, and
he's a winner.
Yeah, he's
Alex
a winner.
Bowman's a winner. Alex Bowman's a winner. Like you said, I mean, his this is the talent he has. This.
Yep.
And yes, the first 3 weeks were absolutely atrocious. We get that. And listen, let's call it as is. The beginning of this season just didn't start. Like, they didn't offload in Daytona and go, oh, yep, Alex Bowman's struggling. Like, he sucks.
Yeah.
Like,
no.
The beginning of this past season started well into last year at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Well into last year. Right? Like, this is last week at Talladega, that was his first top 5 since Richmond.
Wow.
In 2025. That was his first top 5 since Richmond. That was his first top 10 since Vegas in the playoffs. And then he follows it up. So back-to-back top 5s. Like, again, though, like, and listen, let's call it as is. A lot of these guys are rhythm drivers. They really are. Once they get in the rhythm, you don't know what's going to happen. And I'm not saying Bowman's going into the playoffs. There is a possibility that he can get into it.
Anything could happen.
But Jake, I mean, over the next 4 weeks, I mean, if he continues on the trend he's going, I'm not saying he's going to finish top 3 every single week, but if he finishes between, let's say, 2nd and 10th over the next 4 weeks, I mean, look at who he's got coming up in the points. I mean, he's got Zilic, Ty Dillon, Noah Gragson, Josh Berry. Once he gets past, I mean, right now, Ty Dillon's at 136 points. Bowman's only 21 points behind Ty Dillon. Once he gets past Ty Dillon, now granted, things are also going to spread out a little bit over the course of time.
He get past Ty Dillon this week.
He might.
Yeah.
He might. I mean, and then you get into you get into the category of Gragson at 153, Berry at 155, and then John Hunter Nemechek at 157. So that next 3 is within striking distance too.
He can make a big jump, man.
He could. Now, do I think he gets past Ty Dillon? I don't think he gets past Ty Dillon this week. I mean, but I wouldn't. Well, Zilic is going to Watkins Glen. It's a road course. I expect that 88 to be competitive. But at the point is that there is a lot of room for Alex Bowman and a lot of season left for him to make kind of a quote unquote run if he's continuing the racing he's been doing. Also of note, Jeff Gordon wanted to give him a shout out this past weekend. Jeff Gordon said, he's been racing hard. He's been coming back from the vertigo, and it definitely shows. I mean, unfortunately, his average finish right now is 22.8 in 7 races. He's got to get, if he wants to make a good run at the Chase format and finish 16th in the points by the end of the season, he's got to go probably from a 22.8 into, I would say, high 14s.
Yeah.
So he's got to find himself about 8 positions each and every single week.
I think it's doable.
I think so too. I really, and you're in Hendrick Motorsports equipment too.
Yeah.
Like, he's going to get around some of these. I mean, I really do think he's going to get around some of these guys. I really do.
Yeah.
All right.
Man, it's crazy. We have shit on a few drivers in the past year, and they have really shut us the fuck up.
What driver? Yeah, exactly. Oh man, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. What driver? What driver do you think? Like, I mean, we've talked shit on the most that has just completely turned, like, just basically was like, "Fuck you guys."
Ty Gibbs.
Yeah, Ty's up there.
We
I mean,
dude, we both shit on him.
yeah, Ty
Hard.
Gibbs. I would say our top three was Ty Gibbs, Chase Elliott. In regards to TikTok views, I would say Bowman.
Bowman, yeah.
Bowman, that
Yeah, we
TikTok
did.
video,
We
that
did talk shit on. We gotta start talking shit on fucking more people.
maybe William Byron's up next. Nah, he's too nice. He's too
everybody,
nice.
Larson, fucking Logano. I mean, we started kind of talking shit on Logano, so we're still in there. Kyle Busch lost fucking calls. Austin Cindric, but Austin Cindric's a guy. Austin Cindric's a nice dude.
Yeah, Cindric's too nice. Like Byron, Bell, and Cindric, I feel like are just good dudes.
Yeah.
Like, it's just difficult to talk shit on them on how well they're going. But
You've been on the Ross Chastain kick for a little bit, so
yeah, I've been going at it with Trackhouse.
maybe they'll see one of our videos.
Anyways, you got an opportunity to talk shit now. Let's talk about Larson.
I,
Let's go, fanboy. Get him going.
I'm gonna tell you this right now. Oh, fanboy. I'm gonna tell you this right now. How do you come out, win the O'Reilly race? You come in on Sunday, and then you can't even fucking make a position. You can't even fucking pass nobody. And then you come around fucking turn 4 all by yourself, and you just fucking spin out. I don't know what's been up with him, dude. I really don't. I don't know what's going on. I mean, he's winning and he's racing really good in O'Reilly. Can't do it in the Cup, and Texas is a place that he's fairly good at. I don't know. I really don't know. It's pissing me the fuck off, man. It is, because I know, and I think everybody else knows, that he's highly capable of winning multiple races a year, especially 1.5 mile tracks. I'm putting him fourth in the HMS drivers right now. Fourth.
Oof.
After the past
Fourth?
after the past 2 weeks of Bowman, yeah, dude. Circle of Track he's gonna win at this year. Oh, you know what? He'll win the All-Star race.
Charlotte.
Congratulations, Charlotte.
Charlotte's coming up. Nashville Super Speed. He's
Nah.
not that great.
Pocono, he's won, but I don't fucking see that.
No, he hasn't
I
won
mean,
Pocono.
he's a hit or miss at fucking road courses, so I guess you really can't count him out this week.
Michigan.
Pocono, Michigan. I was to say Michigan.
Chicagoland.
I was gonna say North Wilkesboro.
Indy.
Indy. Well, Indy's gonna be between him and Blaney. And it's been like that for the past 2-3 years. Golden Boy. Iowa.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough stretch. I mean,
but by this time, you would think Kyle Larson would have a win by now. And he doesn't.
Well, listen, it's official now. It is a full calendar season since he's last won a race.
And he's won a championship in that time.
That's the crazy part. That is the absolute crazy part. We talk about this all the time. Like, he has not won a race since Kansas a year ago.
Yeah.
And the only saving grace is that he won the championship this past season. And listen,
he's not even consistent. He's not a consistent driver.
No.
He technically DNF'd this week, but he made it fucking back out there like fucking 60 laps ago. And he got one position better.
Yeah, I mean, 40th at Talladega, 34th at Texas. I mean, and then he had a second at Kansas, third at Bristol. I mean, 9th at Martinsville, 32nd at Darlington, 7th at Vegas, 3rd at Phoenix, 8th at Coda. I'm sorry, 6th at Coda. My eyesight was off. And then you had 32nd at Atlanta and then 16th at the 500.
He's just all over the place. I mean, don't get me wrong. He's got top 10 finishes.
Roller coaster.
And he's got top 5 finishes, 3 of them. But Dude, anybody who watches NASCAR would think that he would have a win by now.
It's just like I said, it's just crazy. Because someone brought it up to me the other day. They're like, dude, after this past week of Texas, someone literally said, you do realize that Kyle Larson has now gone an official 36 races since his last win. And the one thing I will tell Larson fans is this: every great driver goes through a lull.
Oh yeah.
And Jeff Gordon went winless in his career for a season. I mean, Dale Jr. didn't win a race like for 4 years. Jimmy at the end of his career didn't win a race. The one thing about Larson, I guess the thing for me right now, and like I'm not writing Larson off on 2026. I expect him to be in victory lane a couple times this year. He's gonna find it.
Oh yeah, he will.
But the one thing when I look at Kyle Larson is that like the one thing I think about with Kyle Larson is this. Larson fans, and I hate to say this, you guys are spoiled. And you are. I mean, the first season the dude comes to Hendrick. I mean, like a lot of people don't remember him at Ganassi that were Larson fans before. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about other people. They don't remember the Larson era at Chip Ganassi. They remember the 5-car and how legit he was since, right? The first season he won 10 races.
Yeah.
He won 10 races in Hendrick Motorsports. It's like, all we needed to do was give him a better car. Then the following year, he follows it up with 3 races. Now, granted, they were so spread out. He won California, then he won Watkins Glen, then he won at Homestead late in the season. But when he won, they were dominant. They were just like, yeah, he's untouchable. 2024, that was 2022. 2023 was he follows up another season with 4 wins. Picked up a couple crown jewels along the way, ends up finishing second in the points. 2024, what ends up happening? He finishes 6th in the points, but what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wins. And then last year he won 3 races and he ended up finishing with his second championship. Again, Larson fans are spoiled, so you guys aren't used to knowing how to act like
That's
this.
the
Like,
thing.
yeah, I mean, granted, and like, and a lot of them because they came over when he made the switch to Hendrick Motorsports.
Yes.
Instead of actually understanding what his career was at Chip Ganassi. Now, even like when he was at Chip Ganassi, he was a successful driver at Ganassi.
Yeah.
It's not like he was a bomb. But Larson did go winless from Richmond in 2017 in the fall race all the way to Dover in 2019 in the fall. Like, things like this are going to happen. Now, like I said, the weird thing right now is that he's 33 years old. Usually most drivers at this age don't hit that wall. But like I said, I'm not going to count him out. Like,
No.
it's still Kyle Larson. It's still Hendrick Motorsports. But yet, it is not a good look right now for Kyle Larson. It's just not.
And
So.
it's just, and maybe it's like I said, maybe it's a fluke year. And I do agree with you. I think he does. I think there's a 99.9% chance he does find victory lane this year. And if he doesn't, he doesn't. But yes, Larson fans are spoiled. And yes, a lot of them are from when he came from the 5. Like you said, I'm not one of them. But at the end of the day, yes, this is very frustrating.
Listen, I went through the same shit in 2023.
And you just did it with Elliott. Yeah.
Yeah, I went through the same shit in 2023 with Chase Elliott. And like here's the best part too, right? I started this podcast in 2023. And I couldn't even talk about my favorite driver all season because of how much he sucked. Like he was consistent and all that type of stuff, but when you are already behind the 8 ball from an injury and then you end up spinning Hamlin in the tri-oval and then you get suspended for a race, like, dude, like it sucks. And Larson fans, like, I will say this, like, I feel you. I understand you. And like, I know Larson fans hate Chase fans or make fun of Chase fans. Like, I'm a Chase Elliott fan. I'm not going to make fun of a Larson fan. I'm not, it's going to suck. I mean, it absolutely sucks that your driver has not seen. You are the great, quote unquote, the greatest driver in one of the best drivers in the world, and you haven't won a race in 36 tries.
Yeah.
I mean,
barely can win dirt races, bro.
Yeah, I mean, it does suck. But in regards to that, Jake, I will say this: I do think that Larson finds victory lane twice this year. I do.
Yeah.
Where? I don't know. But right now, it just seems like, I mean, again, maybe, and it's just like Hendrick Motorsports in a nutshell. All those drivers are going to continue flipping through because they're so fucking talented.
Yep.
It's just which one's the best one at the stable. You saw it with Jimmy. You saw it with Dale Jr. You saw it with Jeff Gordon. You saw it with Mark Martin and whoever was in the Casey Kane for a couple years. Whoever was in the 5. right?
Yeah.
You saw
Yeah.
it. It happens. I mean, right now, I mean, Chase Elliott is now riding the wave of the number one guy at Hendrick. I mean, the last couple of years was Byron and Larson, and then Elliott was behind him, and it's
Byron's lost, man. I don't even know where to
oh
start
my
with him,
God,
bro.
where do you start? I mean, William Byron is just off to a horrendous. I mean, not even horrendous. It's the same thing as Larson. It's
Yeah,
just
they're the same.
it's non-existent. It is just non-existent right now for for William Byron and Kyle Larson, and both of them need to figure it out because clearly the equipment can get into victory lane. It
Oh
can,
yeah, 100%.
and Chase Elliott's proven that, which is
Oh,
crazy.
yeah.
Crazy for me to say. I never thought that Chase Elliott would be the cream of the crop, and the other two needed to figure it out like he did.
And but here's the thing, and this is why I'm done with the whole equipment bullshit. Danny Hamlin dominated at Texas. He was the fastest car. He was very good on Sunday. Didn't think anybody was going to be able to beat him until that 9 car got up there. And that 9 car drove away from him. So, yes, it's not a Chevy fucking problem anymore. I know I said it earlier in the season it's a manufacturing problem. Now we have more data, we have more races, we have more results.
That's what it comes down to, more data.
And there's now been 3 weeks that a Chevy's won. Only 2
Yeah.
drivers have won, but 3 Chevy wins.
So going back to Byron, you're like, dude, he's off to right now. Him and Larson, for how quote unquote bad they've been, they're like 9th and 10th in the points.
Yeah, they're still.
Here's the other thing about Byron though. Byron 6 top 10s, 2 top 5s, 2 DNFs, 34 laps led. That is it through 11 races.
It was crazy.
Crazy. You're 34 laps led. That is it. His average start is 15th. They're not qualifying. His average finish is 14.1 right now.
What's Larson's laps? Isn't he like 490 something?
499. 499.
Wow.
So Larson actually leads laps. Like, that's the whole thing. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's the same thing with Chase Elliott for me, right?
Yeah.
It's the same thing with Chase Elliott. Or not Chase Elliott. Excuse me. Where was I going with that? I forgot. Oh yeah, no, it was with Chase Elliott. I was gonna say it's the same thing with Chase Elliott in my personal opinion. How many times can you put the car in the top 5, top 10, lead all these laps, and eventually you're going to kick door down, you're going to get into victory lane. That's what happened with Chase Elliott. That's what happened with Ty Gibbs this season. That's what happened with multiple drivers.
Yep.
Kyle Larson's putting the car in the top 5, top 10. You know who's not? William Byron. William Byron is
so
off
weird, dude.
Yeah, it's such a weird dude. This has been like the weirdest year to start the season off.
Yes.
We got Tyler checked in on Blown Engine chat line. Checks in. He goes, Texas has been a trash track. It's one lane. Yes, there was some passing and tire fall up, but not enough. Texas is get what you can, then wait for more tires for Cup. Yeah.
Yep.
I still like the race. And for some reason, I think the surface has got much better. I really do.
I thought it was a good race.
Yeah.
But, I mean, he's not wrong. I mean, there are some passing. Don't get me wrong. I wish there was more opportunity for passing. Yeah, I mean, it is basically one lane. I mean, you saw it on Sunday. Like that middle lane was very fast. You don't really see anybody ride up top at Texas, but you see guys go down to the bottom line, and the guys in the middle just kind of just stagger.
They fit. Yeah. You know? I will say that was the one thing I did notice that too. I mean, they did try to top line. They did try to top the middle lane and all that type of stuff, but they just continued to fade. The bottom line was where it was at. And yeah, I agree. I mean, totally agree. It is a one lane track. But and I guess that's the whole thing. Like the surface for me, I just, like I said, I love that surface. I really do. And like, there wasn't a lot of cautions and there wasn't a lot of tire blowouts like there have been the last couple of years that we raced down there, but we'll see. Also Tyler checks back in on one end chat line. It was better than normal, probably because it was hot. It was better than Dega. Carson saved that from a different conversation. Yeah, I mean, I liked Dega. I did. I liked how maybe it was because I was on so many pain medications for my teeth. Maybe that's why it was good. I don't know. I gotta rewatch that.
You made it seem like it was just like every normal Dega, but then Carson Hocevar one. So I was like, okay,
yeah, I mean, it was. I mean, like I personally, I know a lot of people complain about the stages being flipped. I know that. I liked it. I thought it was great. I mean, hey, listen, you're gonna 98 laps stage one. Like I thought it was good. Brought different strategies out and all that type of stuff. And then they went 45 to end the race. I thought that was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, we had the big one, but again, though, like that's what you expect. And like honestly, though, like, and I will say this, like drivers, we all need to learn. You don't need the block
Uh-huh.
halfway through stage 2. You don't. Like, cut it out. Like, the goal is to put the car in the start-finish line at first.
I agree with you.
Anyways, let's talk about Bell before we get into Watkins Glen. What is going on?
He can't catch a break.
What is going on with driver number 20, Christopher Bell? I mean, we were talking about Byron and Larson. Dude, this guy is just like...
He's in the same stage as them right now, but he's a lot faster. I think he has a better car than them.
He definitely has a better car. Definitely has a better car than Larson and Byron. But, like, dude, like, I mean, even this past week, I mean, you're like, you get to the front, you start running away with it.
Dude, running away. Like,
start running away with it, and then Todd Gilliland ends up spinning out, and boom, like, you're done. Like,
the guy who got called off the track because he couldn't keep up with speed.
What is? Let me ask you a question. What was more embarrassing? I mean, Bell getting into it with Todd Gilliland, or Joey Logano getting out of pit road and just smashing right into Cole Custer?
Dude, Joey Logano. When I literally sat there and watched that, my jaw hit the ground, and I just started laughing. I'm like, this couldn't have happened to anybody else but Logano. This is great.
I mean, it's just like, I mean, what in God's creation?
Or you want to know what else is funny? How about Ryan Blaney not being able to find first gear?
Oh, yeah, that was pretty funny.
3 times. He said it on the Dirty Mo Media. He was on their podcast, his podcast yesterday. And he was like, dude, I literally just like thought I was in first gear. And I just kept, I'm like, he's like, I don't look at the dash. So I'm just like, what the fuck? And he's like, oh, fuck, I'm in third. It's a lot of funny shit that happened on fuck. But back to what you're saying. Joey Logano running in the back of Cole Custer was a lot funny. The Christopher Bell, man, that was heartbreaking because he was running really good.
I mean, you talk about a guy who needed it this week too, more than anybody. I mean, it's Steve Bell.
Yeah, I mean, our lapper wrecked him.
So the problem with Bell, right? He, like I said, he needed this week like to go right because again, you at this point within the 20, you just need to collect top 5s and top 10s, and just you need some momentum to just continue moving forward.
Yeah.
Not saying he's on the verge of missing the playoffs. That's not what I'm saying at all. He sits 12th in the points, but it's like you cannot have any more clunkers. You need to set yourself up with like some success. And this week to start the race off, you're like, okay, the 20's back. The 20's back. Christopher Bell has not finished 15th or higher since Martinsville, 5 races ago. Christopher Bell in the the last 4 weeks, his best finish was 17th at Talladega. Christopher Bell has not had a top 5 since Las Vegas. And there was a 3-week stretch where he had a 3rd place finish, a 2nd place finish, and a 4th place finish.
How many DNFs does he have?
How many DNFs? We'll look it up right now. He's got 2.
2. Okay.
He's got 2 DNFs. His average finish is 17.5. But again, though, like talking about a little bit with like Kyle Larson, eventually the door's going to get kicked down. Well, Christopher Bell has led 325 laps. Like the car, he's able to put the car up in the front. The problem is not maintaining it in the front, right? Bristol had some stupid issue go on this past weekend. Ends up getting caught up with Todd Gilliland.
Which is a fucking straight fluke.
Yeah, I mean, that's the whole thing with Christopher Bell. But, like, I mean, again, though, like, I mean, but, yeah, it could be fluke, but 4 straight flukes. Like, now all of a sudden you haven't had a 15th place finish or higher in those last 4 weeks while everybody else is starting to finish around you in those better positions. It's going to be a tough sled coming up because let's call it as this. I mean, Watkins Glen, he's decent on road courses.
He's pretty good there, yeah.
Charlotte, I expect him to be a big player at. Nashville, Michigan, Pocono, of course, big player. But then you got the San Diego street course. Nobody knows what to expect on that thing. I mean, he just, like I said, just put the car in the top 5, get a top 10, top 5 finish. Don't hit the home run. Just try to get yourself some singles here and get some momentum going back forward to you. Because at one point
you were get a top 10 this week.
I think so too. Now, the other thing too is like what was it? I think when we were doing the power rankings after Las Vegas, I mean, he was, I think, 4th in the points. I mean, he's now dropped to 12th.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt about it. I mean, right now he is absolutely struggling. And like I said, I know he had a top 10 at Martinsville, but outside that, I mean, take the top 10 away from it, he still hasn't finished 15th. I mean, he's finished over 15th once in the last 6 weeks. Once. That's not going to get you a championship. That's just not.
No.
Christopher Bell, dude. What a weird folks. This is just like one of the weirdest years to start.
It has.
It really
with
is.
a lot of the names that we just talked about, and it's like guys are just in the wrong place at the wrong time, get caught up in the wrong bullshit.
Totally agree with you on that. I totally agree with you on that. But
like, dude, if Ryan Blaney wasn't fucking as good as he is with his fucking shit ass pit road, that would finish 30th every fucking week.
I mean, do we even want to talk about his pit crew again? Like,
dude,
I just feel like we continue.
Shit.
I just feel like we beat the dead horse with that
the
team.
Dude drives all the way to the front, has to fucking pit because you have to do a green stop pit, and the dude's just probably thinking to himself, well, I'm just gonna go to the back.
Yeah, I would. I mean, all the way up until Talladega. I mean, he lost like 87 positions, 87 on pit road in 2026. I mean that just whatever. I mean, like we said after Kansas. I mean, it takes a special talent to overcome that much adversity. Like, I mean, honestly, Team Penske does not make it easy on him.
No.
Oh man. Let's get to the blown end chat line. Tyler checked in. He goes, I wasn't a fan of the stages set up like that. Basically, just saved the big one till the end. Just can't make a third lane with the package. Yeah, I just feel like we're at the point now where I think us fans really just want the O'Reilly Auto Parts car at the Cup level. I mean, this next gen car has been, whether it's been tire wear, whether it's been an aero problem, aero blocking, all that type of stuff. We've had nonstop problems.
Mm-hmm.
And plus, I also freaking hate the one lug nut. Just go back to 5. I want issues on pit road. I want good issues on pit road.
Yeah, right? I want more skill.
Yeah, I want more skill. Now, listen, you forget to put a lug nut on, yeah, forget it. You're done.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you're done.
It's like these one lug nuts. You don't fucking tighten them all the way. They're fucking coming.
Yeah, no, they try to make it. Yeah, they try to make it like IndyCar and F1, which again, I hate F1, but I really do. Like, there's just you know what it is. You know what sucks. You know what sucks. I like the drivers.
It's the fanboys.
I don't mind the drivers. It's literally the fanboys.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, we had a cool documentary. Okay, who gives a shit? Actually, go watch the NASCAR one because it's so much cooler.
Yeah.
Anyways, off back topic. All right, points coming out of Texas. Reddick, 526. Second place, Denny Hamlin, 417. Chase Elliott's at 409. Those 3 drivers are over 400 points. The rest are below. Blaney at 371. He dropped a spot this past weekend. He goes to 4th. Busher climbed up 2 spots. He's in 5th. Hocevar's in 6th, climbed 2 spots. Ty Gibbs, back-to-back bad weeks. Talladega, Texas. He drops to 2 spots. He sits 7th now. Larson, same thing. He's back-to-back bad weeks. He ends up dropping 2. He's now in 8th. My man, Brad K. Mr. Modelo is in 9th at 311. William Byron's in 10th. Then we got Bubba, who sits 11th. Bell drops 3. He sits at 12th. Ryan Preece is 13th. Daniel Suarez, we talked about Spire Motorsports. He sits in 14th. Austin Cindric, he jumped up a spot. He's in 15th. And Chase Briscoe is now officially in the chase. We haven't even talked about Briscoe much this year.
Really not much to talk about.
Not much to talk about, but here he is. He's back into the chase format, 242 points. Right now, below the cut line, Joey Logano finally sits below the cut line. Can't continue having a bad weekend. Cannot continue having bad weeks. You know, it's funny because someone asked me, they're like, how do you feel about Logano in this new format? I said, we've never seen him in this. We've seen him a few times, and he struggled in this format. Can't backdoor himself into the playoffs at this point.
Yeah.
Chastain's 18th, SVG's 19th. Chastain's at 216, SVG's at 215, and then Allmendinger's your top. It finishes off in 20th with 199 points. Oh, it's your top 20.
You want to talk about what's his name with the fine and the points deduction?
Yeah, let's talk about it because we were talking about Preece and all that type of stuff. So for all the fans that did not hear the news, Ryan Preece was issued a behavioral penalty following Texas by NASCAR. He ended up violating sections 4.3 and 4.4.A in the NASCAR rulebook, which states NASCAR members' conduct guidelines is specifically listed as wrecking or spinning another vehicle, whether or not that vehicle is removed from the competition as a result as a potentially punishable offense. So if you're wondering, Priest ends up spinning out Ty Gibbs in this race intentionally. Gibbs ended up DNFing, and then Priest on the radio legitimately said, "All right, when I get to the 54, I'm done with him. F that idiot," and essentially the rest is history. So Priest stocked 25 points. He ended up getting fined
50K, I think.
50K. Yeah.
Yeah,
50K.
That's why. Unfortunately, I mean, I can't really say Ty Gibbs. It wasn't really his fault that he had a bad day, you know.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. But I mean, at the same time, things like that happen.
Yeah.
So Priest ends up dropping down to 13th in the points. So he's got to be careful with that.
I didn't know he said that shit, man.
Yeah, that's what ended up killing him on the radio.
It's like, I don't know. Kyle Busch got fucking fined then for his bullshit.
Yeah. Hey, listen. I mean, we had a couple years ago at Richmond, we had someone literally on the radio go rack 'em.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ends up getting disqualified. Just saying, you can't say shit on the radio. NASCAR team,
Nope.
these guys gotta stop saying shit. They got to. They're monitored. Knock it off.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Real quick before we get to Watkins Glen, is NASCAR drivers athletes?
Yes. Stephen A. Smith can shut the fuck up.
Oh no, man. By definition, they
I
are.
hate that fucking guy. Like with a burning passion, dude.
You know the
And hate's
problem
a
is
strong
like
word. I don't like hating people, but he's got an opinion on fucking everything, and it doesn't. And he just always sounds like an idiot. And why do you think everybody argues with him?
Yeah.
Let's ask Denny Hamilton, I guess, because that's his new name per Stephen A. Smith. Dumbass.
Yeah. And Kevin Harvick said it best. If you don't know what you're talking about, just don't talk about it.
Yep.
And I will give him credit. I mean, he has said that they're very talented at what they do, but he's like, he won't classify them as athletes. But like I said, by definition and by law, by definition, they are athletes. Now, do I think that they're athletes to the ball and stick sport? No, I actually I think the reason why I'm obsessed with NASCAR is I think NASCAR is more of an extreme sport.
Yeah.
I think NASCAR falls in the category of like X game athletes and all that type of stuff. These guys that's what they are.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I put Denny Hamlin on the court with LeBron James, or if I put him, at quarterback and I need him to run away from Myles Garrett, can he do it? No, he can't. But at the same time, like these guys are extreme sports athletes. That's what they are. I think auto racing falls into the extreme sports category. But that doesn't mean they're not athletes. They're just they're a different type of athlete. They're an extreme sport.
I saw one thing that said like, "Oh, Stephen A. Smith, just put yourself in the car and let me know how long you last." And it's a skill, dude.
It is a skill,
and
it's a massive skill.
Every sport that he's considering as athletes is a skill as well.
Well, listen, I'm going to be honest with you. I powerlift, and I think a lot of people on this show know that. I'm a powerlifter, and I have put up some numbers that, well, I wish they were bigger and stronger, like the Westside Barbell guys. They're not. But compared to the average, compared to the majority of gym goers, like, yeah, I'm probably ranked within like the top 21,000 people in this world. And at the same time, though, like, does that make me an athlete pulling a barbell from the ground up and a deadlift? No, I'm not an athlete in that term, but I'm a strength athlete. I'm a strength athlete. It's just like the X Games. Like if you win gold at the Olympics or you win gold at the X Games and all that type of stuff, like you're one of the best extreme athletes.
Yep.
And that's where I think that NASCAR, I think we need to stop comparing our drivers as those ball and stick sport athletes. We definitely do, but that doesn't mean that we're not athletes. Like all you got, it's by definition they are.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, I know he was going after golfers too, and I'm like, golfers are athletes.
Like go out there and do that.
Yeah.
And I would say consistently good at it.
I would say this. I think NASCAR drivers are more athletes than golfers. I know. But that doesn't mean golfers aren't athletes.
Yeah. No, I can see that. I mean, a lot of people do look at golf as like a hobby, but golf is sports and it is a sport and
sport. It's a classified sport. It's a classified sport in this country, in this world. But and to be honest with you, I mean, I hate soccer more than anything. I think sometimes that they're a bunch of pansies.
Those are athletes.
But they're athletes. They are 100% athletes. It's just they're
catching me running up and down like that.
Even basketball players. I think basketball players are athletes, 100%.
Yeah,
hockey players, Yeah, I mean, listen though, but that just because they don't play ball and stick, like that doesn't mean that they're not extreme athletes. They are.
Yeah.
I mean,
No, I agree with you.
it's weird because it's like, I mean, skateboarders, snowboarders, anyone in the X Games and the Olympics, those guys are all athletes. They are.
Yep.
We're just
So
extreme.
so everything that you want to talk about Olympics are all sports and athletes. So people who play curling, they're not athletes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. According to him, it wouldn't be. To be playing ice shuffleboard. So,
What about
right.
ping pong?
All right, now you're stretching it. You're stretching it. We're not going through all the Olympics. I'm sorry. Maybe that was a bad statement to say, but all right, Watkins Glen this week. Final topic of conversation tonight with our fans. Watkins Glen this week. Earliest, God, they run in Mother's Day. This is a dumbass idea by NASCAR.
I agree with you.
This is a very stupid idea to run this race on Mother's Day weekend. This weekend's forecast: Friday 59, low of 44. Saturday 60 with a low of 50, rain. Sunday 62, low of 40, rain. Monday 57, a low of 37, partly cloudy.
So
This is what fans
on Monday.
Monday, most likely, and not just sure we're going to probably watch this rain on or watch. Well, no, they have rain tires.
Oh yeah, that's right. No, they're gonna race on Sunday.
Yeah, they'll race on Sunday. Yeah, they got the rain tires. But the point is that it's more of the temperature. This is what fans in upstate New York were complaining about. Why are you putting this on Mother's Day? It's going to be too cold.
Yep.
So we'll see what happens.
You don't see those stands as packed as it used to be.
Probably not, because they had they always had a beautiful weekend. That first, second weekend in August, it was beautiful up there. Beautiful. Usually in the low 80s, like temperature cold, or like perfect temperature and all that type of stuff coming off those lakes. Very stupid. And like the other thing too, it's like looking over the schedule, we're gonna be done with road courses. We're gonna be done with all the road courses by the end of July.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Pretty crazy. Yeah. I mean, because I thought it was supposed to be every network was supposed to have like one road course, like in one crown jewel.
Yeah.
Fox had 2 road courses, and then Prime gets one, and then Amazon, they're the same thing. TNT gets one. So I don't know what happened with NBC. I really don't. But who knows? Interesting. It's going to be interesting. But all right, let's talk about Watkins Glen picks this week. Who do we got? Well, before we go to who do we got? Preseason, you chose Michael McDowell. Preseason, I chose SVG. Are we staying with our picks?
Yep.
You going McDowell?
Yep.
Nice. And yeah, I'm picking SVG. I really, there's no shot. This is going to be the week. Right now, he sits 19th in the points. They get through this weekend. He's going to max out on all points. Well, I'm sorry. He probably won't max out because they do the stage break cautions and all that.
Dude, his worst finish since 2023 is second.
I know. I know. His average start is 2.5 and his average finish is 1.5. The only other driver that beat him out was Busher.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Those are our picks. What about, well, not just our picks. Ones to watch this week. Who do you got?
I'm going to say ones to watch. I'm gonna choose Alex Bowman.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, he's on a heater.
Alex Bowman.
He's on a heater. I like that a lot. My one to watch, I'm gonna go with I don't want to go obvious here. Let me go Chastain. You know what? I'm gonna say Trackhouse. Let me go Chastain. He won the pole here last year. Or 2 years ago, excuse me. Okay. 10.7 average finish in 3 races, 1 top 5, 2 top 10s. I like it. Yeah. I like Chastain a little bit. One to watch is Chastain. My pick is SVG. One to watch Chastain. Your pick is McDowell, and your one to watch is who'd you say again?
One to watch, Alex Bowman.
Alex Bowman. Thank you. All right, and then finally we got our dark horse.
Zane Smith.
Zane Smith is a good one. Zane Smith is a good one. 11 average finish in 2 races, 1 top 5, 1 top 10. That's a really good one.
I'm going off of that stage win, brother. That's what I'm doing. And he's good on road course. I mean, I know he's good at Watkins Glen, but
So we had that one year that's thrown all these stats off. 2024. 2024 is throwing all these stats off. Because I'm looking at the stats courtesy at driveraverages.com. And I'm like, where are all the top guys? But there was that race in 2024 that Buescher won that all the top guys got caught up in wrecks and they got all caught up in the stupid pit road strategy. Like Chase Elliott, William Byron, all of them. They're completely and that completely has killed their basically their it's basically killing them on their dry or on average finish. But yeah, no, Zane Smith's a good one. And like, listen, if there's any organization that's going to do it, Front Row Motorsports going to do that. Freaking at the end of the stage, they're going to go for the points. I do like Zane Smith for stage points this weekend. I really do. Finally, one to watch for me. God, put myself on the hot seat here. You know what? One to watch. Not notorious for a road course. I'm going with Hocevar. Picking everyone's fan favorite, Carson Hocevar. Right now he's 4th in driveraverages.com at 10.5. 2 races, 1 top 5, 1 top 10. He's only led a lap, but he starts 18.5 and he's got it at 10.5. So he's always moving up the field.
Okay.
I'm picking all Chevrolets. I actually opened up the whole playbook of driveraverages.com. Chase Elliott and Kyle Larson, who at one point completely dominated this track. I mean, at one point, Hendrick won 4 straight races with these 2 drivers alone.
Oh, I do remember that.
Or I'm sorry, they won 5 races.
Yeah.
Because you had Chase Elliott, COVID, Kyle Larson, William Byron.
Yes. I remember
Chase
that.
Elliott, since 2023, Chase Elliott and Kyle Larson, you know where he's sitting according to driveraverages.com in average finish at Watkins Glen?
Far down, I'm assuming.
34th and 35th.
Huh.
25.7 average finish, both of them. They have not had a top 5. They have not registered a top 5 or a top 10 in 3 years at Watkins Glen.
Maybe that changes.
The only drivers that they are beating out right now on full-time level, well, even without the full-time level guys, the only drivers that they're better than right now, according to driveraverages.com, is John Hunter Nemechek, Justin Haley, who's no longer in the Cup, Harrison Burton, no longer in the Cup, Cody Ware, Josh Berry, Eric Almirola, no longer in the Cup, Cole Custer, Daniel Hemrick, no longer in the Cup, Juan Pablo Montoya, who did a one-off. And then you have a bunch of guys that did a one-off. That's it.
That's bad.
That is a bad group to be. I mean, like, listen, those 2, you went to Watkins Glen. Those 2 are going to put on a show. I forgot. Their average finish is behind Eric Jones and Austin Dillon and Ricky Stenhouse Jr.
That's bad.
Who are not notorious road course racers. I mean, Brad. The next one up is like, okay, Brad, respectable, and then you got Kyle Busch. Okay, well, Busch, we know who he is at this point. He's a nobody. Your pick, by the way, McDowell, he sits 25th with a 20.7 average finish. But he leads laps. He qualifies well and he leads laps. So, wow.
He'll qualify probably in the top 5.
Probably. But awesome. Well, let's take a checker flag tonight, Jake. Long show. Thanks for everyone for tuning in. But, hey, listen, 2 weeks worth of data. Got to talk to all of you. It's been a while. Wisdom teeth. Completely out, completely healed. Jake's back from his honeymoon. We're all good. So, yeah, I mean, hey, listen, Watkins Glen this week. Mother's Day weekend, Watkins Glen's going to be cold this weekend. So, if you're going to do a race, enjoy yourself. Stay dry, stay warm. Hopefully, they actually get the racing on. Hopefully, they get the racing in this weekend. It'll be exciting. Still hate the idea of them racing on Mother's Day. But here we are.
Be a one and done.
I think it's going to be a one and done. I think they'll be back in August. I really do. I think it's going to be fan to 10. It's going to piss NASCAR off.
Yeah.
But anyways, with all that being said, if you love what you're hearing, again, thank you so much. Follow us on Facebook at the Broken Wheel Bearing Podcast, YouTube at the Broken Wheel Bearing Podcast, on TikTok at the Broken Wheel Bearing Pod. Again, if you miss our live stream on Wednesdays or Tuesday, sometimes Wednesdays, Feel free to follow us on Spotify, iHeartRadio, and Amazon Music. Smash the follow button on every single thing I just told you guys. More followers absolutely helps us out, gets us to do some media credentials within NASCAR, which fuck you, NASCAR, for that. But anyways, with all that being said, appreciate all the, I just appreciate everybody that follows us. I mean, it's an absolute honor to, continue doing the show. I mean, it's been 4 years. It really has. And Jake, it's been a full calendar year. You've been my co-host, by the way. So
Crazy.
I know. And we got plenty of growth to go.
Oh,
so
yeah.
with all that being said, enjoy your race weekend at Watkins Glen, wherever you're watching. We will chat with all of you next week here on the Broken Wheel Bearing Podcast. Have a wonderful night. Be safe. Be blessed. Talk to you soon. Good night.
All right.
Will you tell Mr. Dennett that Ricky Bobby is my best friend? And it's shaking big time.